The strong in spirit have long since abandoned their emotions. The weak are as quick to anger as tigers, while the strong are as calm as water. The poet John Milton once said that a man who can control his passions, lusts, and fears is more than a king. Many times, what determines the direction of life is not intelligence or talent, but the ability to control emotions. The weak often become slaves to emotions, while the strong have long overcome emotions. Mature people, your emotions are your destiny. I know your life is busy. However, what I have to say is not easy to understand, especially if you only hear it once. My advice is to read it to the end, listen to it over and over again when you have free time or are doing chores around the house. Please share and save the playlist for your convenience. I am sure that within a few short months, your thinking will develop to a new level. Ancient art greets you and your friends. A truly talented person is not swayed by emotions. Zhuangzi once said, "Not being happy when being respected, not being angry when being insulted." The best state of a person is to be respected by others without being too happy, and not being angry when being insulted by others. Only by taking things lightly, remaining calm and rational when facing things can one live a carefree life. Han Xin, one of the famous generals in Chinese history, is remembered not only for his military talent, but also for his excellent ability to control his emotions. Han Xin lost his parents at a young age and was often discriminated against and treated coldly. Once a tall butcher saw Han Xin with a sword on his waist, thought Han Xin was a coward, and wanted to humiliate him. He said, "Either sneak through my company or kill me." Han Xin knew that he was alone, had no chance of winning, so he chose to sneak through the butcher's company, enduring the ultimate humiliation. After that, he left amidst the laughter of the crowd. This is the famous story of Han Xin's humiliation. Faced with unreasonable provocation, Han Xin did not swing his sword in anger, but through calm analysis, he made the choice that was most beneficial to him. Although he suffered humiliation for a short time, he avoided a dangerous conflict. It was also because of this humiliation that Han Xin later rose through the ranks, becoming a great general in just a few years, leading millions of soldiers, winning battles head-on, and becoming a great general. In life, when faced with sudden difficulties, many people either retreat in fear or lose control and get angry. In the end, the problem is not solved, but the person is hurt. Emotions are the biggest enemy of human beings. In life, we must learn to control emotions. But staying calm in the face of difficulty does not mean not having emotions, but rather not letting emotions control your mind. Even when facing a storm, you must still maintain a calm mind. When facing an attack from others, the more aggressively you respond, the longer the situation will last. Instead, maintain a non-reactive attitude, like oil and water do not penetrate each other. The weak are easily angered like tigers, the strong are calm like water. Truly talented people are always masters of controlling their emotions, not allowing themselves to fall into a state of being too happy or too sad. Don't take yourself too seriously, then bad emotions won't arise. Zhuangzi once said, "If someone doesn't take himself too seriously, no one can make him angry." He also told a story. There was a man named Shi Chengji who heard that I had extraordinary wisdom, so he traveled a long way to visit me. When he arrived, he saw that my house was as messy as a rat's nest. He was very disappointed and said, "I heard that you are a great saint, so I traveled hundreds of miles to see you. Who would have thought that you live like a rat?" The old man did not react after hearing this. Shi Chengji saw this and left. The next day, Shi Chengji felt he had been rude, so he came back to apologize to the old man. I calmly said, "What saint? I have given up this false reputation long ago. You say I am a buffalo, a horse, a mouse. That means nothing. We are still ourselves. In life, many things cannot be solved by anger alone. Lower your ego, do not consider yourself too important, then things will not make you angry for no reason." As the poet Lu Li once said, "Consider yourself like mud. If you always consider yourself a pearl, you will always suffer from being buried." According to Buddhism, an important task in life is to destroy ego. That is, do not take yourself too seriously. In life, there are many people who appear strong on the outside, but on the inside do not have a firm opinion. Because they take themselves too seriously, they are easily influenced by others' emotions. As a result, they cannot see through themselves. Don't take yourself too seriously. Only then can you handle things calmly and calmly. When you face sadness, you can comfort yourself. When you face difficulties, you can lift your spirits. It is that alertness and lack of complacency that will bring people clarity without arrogance or impatience. Learning to control emotions is learning to control life. Zhuangzi once said, "Great virtue is not seen in flowing water, but in still water. Only stillness can stop." Zhuangzi taught that people who can control their emotions will know how to stop vague thoughts, know how to stop useless waste in the mind. Only then can they keep their minds at peace, focus on work, and solve complex problems in life. However, many people, when faced with the darkest moments of their lives, let their emotions explode to the point of being swallowed up by negative emotions. Like Zhang Fei, a general of the Three Kingdoms period, his death was truly regrettable. If Zhang Fei had not lost control of his emotions after hearing the news of Guan Yu's death, had not gotten drunk, and had not lost his temper with his soldiers, he probably would not have suffered the tragic fate of being assassinated by his subordinates. It cannot be denied that Zhang Fei was a capable man, but no matter how talented he was, he eventually died because he could not control his emotions. A person who cannot control his emotions, no matter how talented, cannot succeed. Uncontrolled emotions only make people lose their reason and lose themselves. On the contrary, controlling emotions will help people stay calm and achieve self-achievement. During the Qing dynasty, the famous minister of the Three Kingdoms Yuan was unjustly insulted because of his child rearing. One day on his way in the afternoon, his palanquin carried by 4 people met another official's palanquin carried by 8 people in a narrow alley. The other official saw the palanquin carried by 4 people and thought that inside was an official of lower rank than himself, so he made an excuse not to give way. His palanquin bearers said nothing, pulled Zheng Guoyun out of the palanquin and slapped him. When he saw that the person being dragged out was Zheng Guoyuan, an official of higher rank than himself, the other official was frightened and quickly got off the palanquin and bowed his head to apologize. Zheng Guoyuan did not get angry at the other party's unreasonableness. On the contrary, he helped the other official up and smiled, saying, "It was my palanquin that blocked your path, sir. I don't blame you, I don't blame you." When faced with people and events that upset him, Zheng Guoyuan chose to laugh it off, rather than indulge in negative emotions or harbor thoughts of revenge. Such people can quickly adjust themselves to win the sympathy of others, while saving time and energy to do the things they want. Controlling emotions is not only a moral quality, but also a wisdom in life. People who can control their emotions will keep their mind peaceful, and from there, wisdom will be born. With wisdom, people can grasp life. When emotions are unstable, it may be because your vision is too narrow. Zhuangzi once told a story about a man who was crossing a river by boat. A man who was crossing a river saw another boat about to hit him, so he angrily cursed the other boatman. But when he got closer, he discovered that it was an empty boat with no one inside. Instantly, the anger disappeared. In fact, what made him angry was not the boat hitting him, but whether there were people in the other boat. What hurts you is not just the event itself, but also how you perceive and react to it. Whether you get angry or not does not depend on the event itself, but on the person facing it. You think, how could there be such a person in this world? This person dares to ignore me. This person wants to hurt me. No way, I won't be polite to him. And then the emotions exploded from there. But the problem is that big forests have many birds. In this life, you will meet all kinds of strange people. If you keep comparing yourself with them, it will never end. Zhuangzi said, "Don't argue, don't try to explain right and wrong to the world. In life, you will inevitably encounter people and things that you don't like. Feel free to laugh it off. The more people you look at, the more unpleasant they are. That just proves their vision is too narrow. A truly strong person will treat troublesome people and events as empty boats. Others are not intentional. Events are not intentional. They do not think of revenge, but quickly adjust themselves and broaden their vision. Negative emotions are often caused by you taking yourself too seriously." Zhuangzi also said, "Who can harm someone who does not respect themselves? If a person does not think too highly of themselves, then no one can make them angry or upset. If their self-esteem is too strong, their ego is too big, then if someone insults them a little, they will immediately react violently. Everyone has their own way of living. Try to stand in the other person's shoes to understand and be more tolerant. When two boats collide, the first thing you say is not to scold the other person, but to ask, "Are you okay?" That way, the other person's feelings will be like an empty boat. There is nothing to argue about. Forget about prejudice and ego. Do not harm others and will not be harmed by others. Let go of your ego. Naturally, you will not be petty, can see everything with an open mind, not accept. This negative emotion arises because you want too much. The more you want, the more you collide with the world, and thus the more conflicts and contradictions. Human desires are endless. If your joy is based on the satisfaction of desires, then when those desires are not met, joy will no longer exist. Thus, the ancient sages taught us that too much desire is the root of all suffering. When Zhuangzi was about to die, his disciples wanted to bury him with great honor. He said, "Above, there will be birds eating him. Below, there will be ants eating him." Why avoid it? When everyone is chasing fame and fortune, Zhuangzi takes life and death lightly. The simpler and lighter your life, the further you go. Many people fight for fame and fortune, working themselves to exhaustion. But when you die, you can't take those things with you. No matter how much you have, it's useless. Zhuangzi said, "True happiness doesn't come from fame or desire. It comes from the absence of desire. Tranquility is the source of happiness. True happiness is harmony with nature, unity with heaven and earth. Happiness is not something that comes from material things or status, but from wisdom and spiritual realm. If you let go of these things, you will be lucky, prosperous, and have a healthy body." Do you know how many diseases are related to your negative emotions? Do you know how many toxins your body produces when you are angry? Anger only takes a minute to flare up, but its effects can last for days. For a long time, your emotions have been suppressed. Everything like work, business, love, and life before could reach 80 to 90 points. But now even 60 points cannot be reached. Unless something good happens, otherwise, bad luck will stick to you, making you feel vague and indifferent all day long. People who are easily angered and easily emotional will find it difficult to be healthy, let alone successful. Therefore, today, for the health and career of my beloved audience, I would like to share with you 4 methods to help you completely eliminate negative emotions and reduce the possibility of getting angry. I also apply these 4 methods every day. First, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your abilities. Don't obsess over bad experiences in the past. Stop thinking about it. Don't dwell on the bad things, the meaningless trivialities of the past. Today's big things will be tomorrow's small things. The things that used to make you cry, you can now laugh when you tell them. It's like holding a cup. If you keep holding it, you will feel tired. Is it the cup that makes you tired? No, it's because you refuse to put it down. Put the cup down and be done with it. When people talk behind your back, all you have to do is live your life. You can't control what other people say. They say they are tired and have a dry throat, so they go buy water themselves, and you don't need to worry. Never argue with idiots. It's like arguing with a madman. Even if you win, you might even end up fighting until your head falls and bleeds. You know he is crazy, but you still argue with him. So who is really crazy? When the pressure is on, learn to relax. Live like a normal person with 3 meals a day, not like a machine working from dawn to dusk. When people talk behind your back, when they tell you that you can't do something, just live your life your way. Don't argue with petty people, and don't compete with talented people. How you live your life has nothing to do with them. As the saying goes, if you disagree with someone, you will be able to eliminate 40% of your negative emotions. Second, don't demand anything from others. You must understand that no one, including your family, friends, or lovers, will act according to your wishes unconditionally. If you want others to obey you, you must give them corresponding benefits. The law of this world is that effort determines ability, ability determines value, and value determines attraction. Until you have enough value, don't expect anyone to do what you want. Lower your expectations of others and increase your requirements of yourself. Search from within and increase your self-worth so that others will seek you out. Then you will feel happier. In this way, you will reduce your negative emotions by 20%. Third, when faced with things you don't want to do and unreasonable requests from others, no matter who they are, look them straight in the eye with a cold gaze and firmly say, "I don't want to do it." When you push them back, they won't dare to treat you like a weakling next time. For example, an old friend tells you, "We're organizing a class. Everyone has to contribute 500,000. You say, 'I don't want to go.' And if they say, 'No, you have to go,' then you just say, 'No, I'm not going.' What? It doesn't matter if they're happy or not, as long as you're happy. Or a coworker who asks random favors like, 'Can you help me pick up the package or buy me a cup of bubble tea?' But then never show gratitude. With people like that, just say no. I don't do chores. It doesn't matter if they are happy or not, as long as you are happy. You should also understand that your life is your own, not someone else's. Only when you are a little selfish can you find more joy. Learn to say no to others. You are already tired of life. You don't have time to worry about others. You don't have to fix or please anyone. Don't try to do everything for everyone else. Just do what makes you happy and love the people you truly love. When you focus only on the things and people you care about, you will become stronger because you have learned to focus. Don't waste your energy on others. The more you humble yourself, the worse your mood will be. You have not even finished your own business. Why bother with other people's business? This is a very useful method that I practice every day. Learn to meditate. Every day, just spend 45 minutes finding a quiet place, sitting cross-legged, placing both hands on your thighs, relaxing from the top of your head down to your feet. Use your mind to feel, eliminating all deceitful thoughts. During this time, try to imagine your mind empty. Whatever thoughts or images come up, just observe and acknowledge them. Don't try to push them away. After 45 minutes, you will feel extremely relaxed and your mind will be extremely clear. I have been practicing meditation for many years, and thanks to it, I can face all problems in life calmly and gently, helping me develop strong logical thinking. Thinking carefully about these words, it may not sound like much logic, but it is really effective. Life is sometimes very tiring. When you feel tired and exhausted, unable to control yourself, wanting to complain to others, remember, become a person who is not controlled by emotions. Don't go around complaining, because that will only make others look down on you. Don't easily believe others. Not everyone has good intentions towards you. Maybe they just laugh at you and gossip about you everywhere. Don't put too much hope in anyone. In this world, the only person you can rely on is yourself. Let them talk behind your back, it doesn't matter. Just focus on your present and future. Don't let petty things bother you. You don't need everyone to like you or understand you. Of course, don't give your opinions to others easily. Each person is a product of their environment. There is a saying, do not interfere in other people's karma. This is the meaning. Do not arbitrarily get angry, because not only does it not solve the problem, but also harms your own health. If a relationship makes you feel tired, end it immediately. Don't make things difficult for yourself. Life is short. Remember, use your strength to tell the truth later. The poor in the crowded market have no one to ask. The rich in the deep mountains have snake relatives. The most foolish thing in the world is to argue with others when you are weak. Always remember that when your positions are different, you should speak less, and when your perceptions are not the same, you should not argue or justify. If your views do not match, step back and stay away. In this life, emotions determine your attitude determines your destiny determines your life. Don't let your heart be confused. Don't let your emotions control you. When you control your emotions, you can control your life. Someone once said that a depressed spirit can kill you faster than bacteria. Many times, life becomes gloomy just because of small things, such as missing a train or arguing with someone. If you do not know how to control it, the feeling of being depressed, angry, and resentful will multiply negative energy, swallowing up your positive energy. Writer Kim Dung once said, "Deep love is not lasting, because letting your emotions run wild will waste your life." No matter what problem you encounter, always stay calm. Keep your heart at peace. Do not be impatient or hasty. When you encounter mountains, pave a path. When you encounter water, build a bridge. There is no hopeless situation in life. I hope you can skillfully adjust your emotions so that the place you look at is always filled with warmth. The first rays of morning sunlight shine down on our eyes, reminding us that a new day has begun. We rub our sleepy eyes, lazily hang out of bed, and suddenly feel an inexplicable emptiness. Life is only once, unpredictable and impossible to go back, like a one-way ticket with no return. We embark on the journey of life, admiring the scenery along the way. No matter how hard or tiring it is, we must live well. Life is like a play. On stage, we are the main characters. There are scenes of joy and sadness, of joy and anger. All the bitterness and sweetness are the spices of our lives. Let's feel every moment with all our hearts so that every moment becomes brilliant. Every day in life is a precious gift that we need to cherish, not to waste this short time. Let us use our passion and courage to pursue our dreams, love life, and feel the beauty of every moment. We know that life has too many unknowns, too many uncertainties, too many challenges. But we also know that life is only once. It cannot be repeated. We must face it bravely, using our strength and determination to overcome all difficulties. On the path of life, there are too many choices. Each choice can change our destiny. But whatever we choose, we must live well because this is the journey of life. We must make every moment meaningful. Every day of life is a gift. We need to know how to appreciate and grasp. Use our love and care to feel the world. Use our wisdom and courage to create the future, because this is our life, only once.